In this video, I want to share how to close high ticket sales fast by optimizing your energy. So if you've ever felt like your energy was actually holding you back from closing more sales, you might be right. In this video, I'm going to share all the different ways that your energy actually impacts sales. So some people talk about one or two of these, but almost nobody explains it like this. So stay tuned and make sure you hit subscribe because we're going to be sharing lots of fire content. All right, let's dive right into it. So why should you prioritize your energy before your next call? What does energy have to do with sales, Ben? Okay, here's how I think about it. Were there ever times, if you think back to your sales career, where you were just on fire, you were just closing every single person that you spoke to? We've all been there. And then there are times where you get the best leads and no matter what you say, you just can't close everyone. What's the difference? Well, in my experience, a big part of it is the way that you're showing up to your calls energetically. So why does energy matter? Why does energy matter at all, Ben? Oh, well, I think of sales like a type of sport. Like sales, if you're in sales, you're really like an athlete. Sales is one of the highest energy sports out there. You gotta treat yourself like an athlete. And sales, it's all about communication, right? And communication, it's 20%. If you think of it like an iceberg, the tip of the iceberg that you can see is the words that you're speaking. But the 80% underneath the surface is all your sub-communications, the type of vibe that you're giving off to the other person. Which one do you feel like is more responsible for creating trust, for creating connection? Is it literally just the words you say, or is it the way that you say them, the way that you're coming across, your overall vibe? So what are the different pieces that go into your energy? It's not showing up like Mr. Dancing Monkey, like you're a cheerleader. You're not showing up like, oh, you have to do it today, like you're very high energy like that. I classify energy more so as like your attitude, your self-esteem, your confidence. Do you have an ecosystem of good emotions within you so that when you talk to people, they feel at ease? You let down their barriers, you let down their guard, and they can start opening up to you more and trusting you. In order to close more people, you have to be able to open them up. And one of the easiest ways to do that is just having good energy where people feel relaxed around you. The best analogy is always dating. When you go on a date with a girl, one of the first things she's evaluating is, how does this guy make me feel? Do I feel at ease? Do I feel fun? There's a sense of comfort. We want that in our sales. It's not just being Mr. Authority, Mr. like, oh, you have to do it now. That's a mistake. That will cost you a lot more sales than you think. If you're just being like the cold doctor, you have to be able to build that trust through your communication and through your sub-communications. So the very first piece of energy is your attitude. Your attitude makes people either tighten up when they talk to you or it lets them relax and be like, oh man, this guy, finally, someone I can just talk to and have a normal conversation. If your prospect is given the chance to work with somebody who has a great product but a horrible attitude, or an okay product but an amazing attitude, who do you think they will go with? Well, if your attitude isn't even helping them to open up, then they're not even going to get to look at your offer. They're not even going to be open to it, right? So having a strong attitude will help you close so many more sales because you'll have people be more receptive to you. The second piece of energy is how present can you be on a call? Have you ever been in a conversation where the person is just completely locked in? Like the focus alone is a powerful tool of persuasion. When you're super present, not only can you not miss potential objections that come up that you might have missed before because you were thinking of your next question, but many times you will get buying signals from your prospects. I jump on a call sometimes and when I'm very present, I'm not thinking of my script or anything like that. Many times the prospect will say something and I'll get the sense that they're ready to buy like right now. And so boom, like I'll make an offer. I'm like, oh, you know what? There's a buying signal there. We have to remember that we're talking to people, not robots. You don't always have to go through the perfect script to get them to buy. When you're completely present and you're locked in, sometimes you can just tell this guy's ready to buy. You make an offer and they close and it takes 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes an hour or two because they have no idea who you are, but when you're present, truly that is how you can start having really fast sales. You can get to the point way faster. What I always suggest people to do is to get to the point where you understand the structure of your script, but you don't rely on it. So I want to be completely present, locked in, and focused on what they're saying and the words that they're saying, the tonality that they're saying, right? Understanding what to say is not as big of an objective to me as having targets for the answers I want them to say. So what can you do to consciously improve your attitude and your presence? Well, on the present side, you can do meditation. That stuff's kind of whatever, it's easy. On the attitude side, you gotta do things that take you away from sales mode, from business mode. You know, go and hang out with friends, playing Call of Duty for an hour, something stupid. And the other thing is your self-talk. How are you actually talking to yourself about your job? How do you view sales in general? Do you see it as something where it's negative, you're taking from somebody? How do you view yourself? Do you see yourself as like less than the other person? All these things play a part into how the other person feels about you. The other thing is your self-esteem. When you have a very high sense of self-esteem, maybe you just talk to 3 of your old clients and they're all crushing it and now you feel great. Your next call, you're probably going to close that person because you just feel better about yourself, and that transfers on to the other person. There's this idea in dating, they call it the law of state transference. Whatever you feel, the other person will feel. So if you feel needy and like weird and you're anxious, the other person feels that. If you feel happy and confident and you have certainty and you're easy to talk to, the other person feels that as well, and that will transfer onto your offer. Now the other thing is, if you're on an offer like me, I take about 7 to 9 calls per day, which is a lot. Some people get burnt out if they have to do 2 calls. 5 calls is pushing it. 7 to 9 is a lot of calls every single day, Monday to Friday. So if you don't have systems to protect your energy, you're just gonna, fizzle out fast. And so the first thing I look at is, what are you doing to take care of your body? That is your exercise, your diet, your nutrition. Are you drinking and doing drugs? Shouldn't do that. Are you getting sunlight? Are you drinking water? All these things, which are so basic, play a huge part into our overall well-being, and that well-being gives us the energy to be able to perform day after day after day. Just like an athlete, you have to take your training and your performance and your recovery seriously if you want longevity, not just in sales, but also in business. So the other piece of energy is, how are you actually maintaining high performance for a long time? Comment below, what are you doing right now to build up that ecosystem of good emotions before you get on the call? Do you have rituals? Do you have a process? I would love to know, because I can always learn something from you guys. Comment that below. And if you're wondering, what does alcohol and things like that have to do with my energy and sales, I made a video of what happened after I quit drinking and how it doubled my sales. I'll link that up here. Go check that out. Let's move on. When you are in a state of presence, one thing I forgot to mention is that you want to read the person, not the script. What does that mean? Well, again, you'll talk to people and you will recognize that, oh, this person's a buyer. This person is intelligent. They have higher energy. That some people are just ready to buy right away. They make quick decisions. Oftentimes you can make quick sales if you just recognize the type of person that you're talking to. Other people, they want to sit back and they want to know all the information and all this stuff. And if you just treat every single person the same, you just put them all through the same script without reading the person, you'll miss easy opportunities for quick sales. So I always say, if you can read the person, not the script, that alone will help you close a lot more sales a lot faster. Now the other thing, what type of energy actually kills sales? Well, the biggest one by far is neediness. If you're showing up to the call and you need this person to say yes, that is going to put a lot of weird pressure on them. They're going to feel that from you, just like in dating, of course. So the thing that I always do before my call is a little ritual. So I tell myself, I don't care whether this person says yes or no. My intention is more important. What is my intention? So first of all, my intention is to qualify them. Are they a good fit for what I do? And I want to figure out, how do they make decisions? What type of person are they? That's my first intention. Once I understand that they are qualified and that my offer can help them, once I sell myself, then and only then does my intention shift to, okay, I made an accurate diagnosis that this is a good person for our offer. Now my intention is to close the deal. And so understanding that there's different parts of the call where your intention should shift. If you're just going into every call with the same intention, which is to close everybody, That's one of the fastest ways to burn yourself out, because you're just going to start making a lot of offers to people that are not good fits. So when you're going to pitch your service, that alone, presenting your service and handling objections, that takes a ton of energy. It's like in baseball, they call it a pitch for a reason. I think of it like this, is if somebody pitches and you're going for a home run, you really got to swing that bat hard to knock that ball out of the park. And so that's the metaphor that I use for pitching. When I know this person is a good fit, I'm going to do everything I can to close them. At that point, my intention changes. And if you keep pitching people that ultimately aren't a good fit, or you know they're not going to buy, but you just want to pitch them anyway, man, that is the fastest way to waste a ton of energy. Before long, you will start hating sales. And really the biggest thing is just being aware of buying signals. To go back to the dating analogy, when you're talking to a girl, she will give you certain signals. It's not like every single conversation with every single girl follows this logical framework. Some girls, they'll meet you and they'll just love you right away. They're like, oh wow, this guy's great. And next thing you know, you're making out and whatever. Other girls, it might take you 3 dates for them to kind of like warm up to you. And it just totally depends. But again, we can't completely script a human conversation, a human interaction. Like, everyone is different. But when you are there focused, when you're there present, you're not thinking of the next thing to say, and you're just in the moment. Just like in dating, sales will allow you to just close more deals faster. So to recap, you want to have a good attitude for your calls, a high level of self-esteem and confidence, which comes from knowing that you're providing a good service, from talking to people that are happy with your offer, from doing things that are not sales related, but that fill you with good emotions, ideally that are healthy for you, and actually taking care of your body, right? Going to the gym, sleeping well, eating good food, making sure you drink water, getting the sun, all that stuff, cutting out alcohol, booze, drugs, all that stuff does play a role in how you feel. And then finally, making sure that you're present on calls so that when people are ready to buy, you are ready to sell. Now that you know some of the steps to improving your energy, you might be asking, well, what is the structure to the call? So a key skill in sales is having targets for every step of the conversation. Targets, not so much what you say, but the answers that you're looking for. So I made a video on targets, which you can click up here to check it out. And I've also created a checklist of different targets for every step of the sale. And if you want that, shoot me a DM on Instagram, say the words checklist, tell me that you came from YouTube, and I will send that over to you. You check out this next video, which is all about filling your funnel with leads so that you have an endless amount of people to talk to. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. You stay great and have a great day.